when you're doing fruit, you can do all your fruit on the same board, but when you switch over to something else like a vegetable or something, you should switch board or clean your board off and start fresh. Okay, put my knife in this solution. All right, just with a regular pepper, again, a red pepper. I cut the end off, cut this end off. You have your membrane in there. You can start with a knife and start cutting that out a little bit. But mainly I want to get these seeds out. You can split it in half. Get the membrane out. Now again, I have to know what I want the pepper for. So if I want circles, of course, I would get the membrane out as much as I can with a knife, but leave it whole. But if I want juliennes, I can split it. Okay. So I'm going to clean this out a little bit. All right. This is all usable product. Now, normally you would have a pan where you would put your usable scraps. That would be that pan. So what I'm going to do is square this up. And this is a bad pepper. So let's say, I'll lay it flat, and I'm going to square it up. All right, so this is my usable scrap. I might dice that down a little bit more and use it for another dish. But what I'm trying to do is get my pepper squared up here so that I can cut julienne. Now I can go from the inside and cut these, or I can go from the outside if my knife is real sharp. And these are pretty lengthy juliennes, but if I want a particular 2.5 cut, I know to cut that in half again. So I've squared it up. I got my julienne about the same length, so that when I'm cooking it, it cooks about the same. Okay? That's the whole ideal for cutting any vegetable. You want all the vegetables to cook about the same. If you have this size, and then you come back with this size, guess what's going to happen? These down here are going to cook a lot sooner than these right here. So you may end up with mush. Okay? So that's the purpose of cutting vegetables to a particular length or size according to what your instructions are. Another vegetable that some people told me that they were uncomfortable about doing, and it's not used a lot, is the leek. Okay? With the leek, again, you have a vegetable that's very versatile, but you have to know what to do with it. Okay? See, it has dirt inside the leaves right here. Okay? So you have to know to wash that. And why am I even taking the time to wash this? I'm not going to use it. But am I? What am I going to use it for? Okay. It can be used for garnishing. You can cook things in it. It's very versatile, right? So this is very important. So we always save this, put it to the side. But you notice how far down I cut, because at this point, I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for, but I know I'm going to use it. But I cut right down till I got to the tender part of the leek. Okay? Now I'm going to square this up, cut the root off. Now, I know I'm going to julienne this, so I want to see what's going on in here. All right, see that dirt in there? So I'm going to separate cheese. I'm going to wash that out. Now the bottom part down here normally does not have that amount of dirt in it, but the top part will always have dirt and stuff in it. Now, let's say I just wanted to chiffonade some. I'll leave it whole and I'll just cut very thin slices like that. Okay? So I have some very thin slices. I know that there's no dirt in there or anything, so that's fine. Okay, let's say I wanted to julienne it. Okay, I'm going to separate it a little bit. Same procedure, I'm going to square it up. I know what a julienne is, so I want about 2 inches, 2.5 inches. So I'm going to julienne it. Do I want a fine julienne? Do I want a medium julienne? What do I want? Okay. You determine what you want. So I got nice juliennes there. Okay. And I want a bigger slice. Okay. Depends on what you're using it for. Now these are good in soups. They're good to go with vegetables. Good for garnishing. I mean, just very versatile. I mean, you can use it for many things. Again, you can wrap other items in here and cook it right in there. It just adds flavor to whatever you're cooking. Okay. Yeah, you can use it just like onions. Or like the green green onion or scallion or that type of onion. Okay. All right. So that's the leek. I think the fear here is how to clean it. And you saw how I separated it and just cleaned the leaf and how far to cut it down. And you saw that this part is tough. This is real tough, so people can't digest that. It takes a lot of cooking to get the flavor out of that, so you saw how far I cut down. That was the fear with this particular vegetable right here. Okay? All right. Got the leek. And I'm going to end my demo. I don't think we need to do onions or anything like that, but a little bit more. Also, I might want to tell you that basted eggs are usually done with a little bigger pan so that you have room to kind of baste it. That's the whole ideal. So, but I'm going to go ahead and use this pan here. A little bit more oil, a little more than you would normally put in the pan. And I'm going to use a spoon. I needed a smaller one, but this is where you can use the spoon. You remember the book was telling you about how to use a fork or a metal container when you're working with the pan. Oh, you always use the flat side, the bottom side. Never stick it in there and do it. So what I'm going to do, take a spoon, and you can take a regular spoon and do this. And I'm basting the yolks with the hot fat. And I'm trying to get some discoloration. I'm trying to get that yellow out. I'm trying to turn it a little lighter color.